Shalom, shalom. Kal halalim la Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakaha Kodash, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakaha Kodash. Okay. Kal halalim la Beno Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to the prophets of that body, and shalom to the 144,001 third. May peace and blessings be upon you and your households as we approach the end, thick and fast. Okay? And may the spirit of endurance be upon you and your households. Okay? We're going home soon, Yasharala. All right? We just got to have this bandage ripped off. I'd rather have this bandage ripped off quicker rather than slowly. I'm using that as an analogy, because we got to go through the straight gate, and the straight gate's going to be, a roller coaster ride, so to speak. All right. And one more thing I want to add as well. Subscribe to the Men of the Lord, the mouthpiece of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. From the apostles on down, the elder bishops of Great Millstone, they are the men of the Lord. They are the mouthpiece of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay. And subscribe and learn and be edified, man. All right. This is not a game. This is not a show. This is not for you to eat popcorn and smoke blunts and, have a burger and fries or whatever and watch it like you're watching some kind of, entertainment. This is serious business, man. Right? If you don't want to take it seriously, well, the Lord's going to get serious with you. All right. But nevertheless, a brother from Great Millstone, Salakia, the brothers are deep. And sometimes I don't recollect the channel. But if I go into my history of YouTube, I'll find it. But I'm not going to do that right now because I just want to just focus on this because I get, what's the term? I digress a lot. And sometimes your thought processes go in different direction when you're just trying to focus. Okay. But nevertheless, I was inspired by a brother from Great Millstone, from Ground Zero Babylon. And blessings to that brother, man. One of the prophets of Great Millstone, he made a video showing that the 12 tribes chart, okay, is on Amazon. And here you go. One second, I'm just going to get a scripture out on the other side. Where are we? Ah, here we go. Okay. And here you go. All right. This is on Amazon, bruv. Okay. Obviously, you got it on Ground Zero Babylon. And here's one here that's based in the UK. It's for approximately £8. There's several different prices. And I've checked who's selling it. It's a Mobile company, so-called Chinese. As you know, they're taking over pretty much everything. And, this is very important. Okay, hence the reason why this is Ezekiel 37. All right, becoming one. Let me go to the scripture actually before I don't want to butcher it, Lord willing. I don't want to butcher it. I want to say it correctly, Lord willing. All right, Ezekiel 37. Okay, let's go to 37 and 16. Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah or Yahweh, which is the correct way, Yahweh, and for the children of Israel, his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph. Okay, so Judah, southern kingdom, Joseph, northern kingdom, the stick of Ephraim, so-called Puerto Ricans today, and for all the house of Israel, his companions, and all the tribes in between. And join them one to another into one stick. Okay, that's that 12 tribe chart. And as the brother said yesterday when I watched his video, he said, if this was a chart that was not necessary, the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yashai, would have got rid of it. Okay, the same way the Lord got rid of all these crazy people that don't want to worship Yahweh Shai. An example would be the former leader of Sakari, the Peg Man. okay, and all these other weirdos that have fallen by the wayside, and it's a very scary thing to fall into the hands of the living power, okay? They're fallen by the wayside. The same way, if this stick, like you a-holes like to say, that is nonsense, it doesn't mean anything, right? It's just made up, all right? You look at the Latinos, you see the high yellow skin tone or the pale skin tone and the straight hair, and you think they're not our people. Well, that's on you. Okay, that's straightforward for the elect because we understand Yahweh Hashem Mashai. Okay, because the spirit this is spiritual. You dumbass Jakes out there will probably take a so-called black man in your crew or hang out with him, and lo and behold, you find out his grandfather's an Amalekite, and you wonder why his spirit is off because you think he's got the brown skin and the fro. You guys are weirdos. Okay, if the Lord didn't deem this important, right? If it wasn't important, the Lord would get rid of it. Okay, because the Lord Yahweh Hashem Mashai is not a man that he should lie, and these are prophecies that have to come to pass, and we're approaching the end. And this 12 tribe chart was nonsense. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Mashai would have got rid of it the same way he got rid of some of you crazy people that don't want to worship his son Yahweh Shai. Okay, the peg man is an example. The guy's bugged out with his weird paralyzed face, facing, I don't know, his face is always wonky, looking like he's had a paralysis attack, and his face is like paralyzed on one side, is going right or left, or whatever his face looks. Anyway, he's just a weirdo. But anyway, so this is talking about the 12 tribe chart, okay? All the 12 tribes I mentioned. All right, so let's go here again. And join them one to another into one stick. That's the chart. And they shall become one in thine hand. Verse 18. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Okay. Verse 19. Say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand. All right. And this is that stick, that one stick. Okay. Now, obviously, the chart here is a poster form. It's probably laminated, I'm assuming cardboard laminated. But if you go to the older videos, approximately 35, 40 years ago, the 12 tribe chart from the high priest Ariah and the apostles on down, their 12 tribe chart was made of wood. It was a solid, like two planks connected together, like a piece of wood. All right, like you put up some kind of invitation card or whatever. Like you get some kind of card wishing, blessing, wishing you well or whatever, get better soon or whatever. I'm just giving that example, right? Okay, or somebody says, some kind of thank you card to you, and you might put it up on your shelf. Okay, all right. The same way, this 12 tribe chart is made of wood, and it was on the streets of New York. Okay, Ground Zero Babylon. Okay, now look at it here today. 40 years later. Look at that. Or when I believe Elder High Priest Ariah, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemashai, you got this revelation. Okay, and that was probably more than 40 years ago. I'm not sure on the timeline, but I know it's at least 40 to 40 or 40 plus years ago. Definitely 40 plus years ago, because Elder Apostle Tahar been teaching on the streets for 40 years, I believe. All right, here you go. Look, Judah. This is on Amazon, bro. This is owned by that Bezos, Jeff Bezos, I believe. Right? Okay. All right. Now you got to be careful as well. I mean, at the end of the day, these Edomites and these powers that be know who's watching the videos, who is clicking the thumbs, who's clicking the thumbs up, who's watching it, how long they're staying on it. They got these reports because Esau likes to take meticulous records and notes of things. All right, they got all the records of who's who. They know who the Israelite foreigners are. That's why the way I sort of analyze things where Jake is scattered, even though they don't come under this particular banner, because this is focusing on the tribes that are in Ground Zero Babylon. All right, but we're scattered to the four corners of the earth, pursuant to Deuteronomy 28, verse 64. And we're the largest nation on the planet Earth, Hosea 1 and 10. We're like the sands of the sea. All right, but this is focused on Ground Zero Babylon. All right, now they might also look to see who's purchasing this. Right, and this might be a way to get the Israelite foreigners. All right, or just Israelites in general. no matter what you look like, to grab you up. Why'd you buy that poster? Do you believe in it? Do you actually think that Judah is a so-called American Negro, Benjamin is the West Indian, Levi is the Haitian, Simeon is the Dominicans, Zebalawan or Zebulon is Panamanians to Guatemalans, Ephraim are the Puerto Ricans, Manasseh is the Cubans, Reuben is the Seminole Indians, Gad is a North American Indian, Asher is the Brazilians to Colombians and Uruguayans, Naphtali is Argentinians to Chileans, Ishakar or Yashashakar is the Mexicans. Do you actually believe that? Okay, that's another way. All right. But the thing is, you can't do nothing against the truth before the truth. All right. Now, this is also another way Yahweh Shemashai is going to push the ceiling of any other further elect members, whether it be the 144 or the 1/3. All right. Well, it could be the 1/3 because Elder Apostle Tar said in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemashai that the elect are sealed, the 144 are sealed. All right. But the Lord could be grabbing up, the 1/3, the women, children, other male believers, you know. This is also to push that. And Israelite foreigners too, because everybody goes on Amazon, right? Amazon is like a huge powerhouse. Everybody goes on Amazon to buy anything that they require. You even watch movies on it. Okay? Now, this was nonsense. Why is it on here? Okay? So it goes to show, okay? Look what Esau tried to do in the first place. Psalm 83. Let's go here. They try to cut us off from being a nation. Brakti Habashim Ashai, 144, 1144. Okay. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh Hashem Ashai. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High Power, Yahweh Hashem Ashai. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. A tumult is like a trap or a snare, I believe, right? They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So that takes away from you small hatters, JOOs, because at the end of the day, you always say that you knew that you were a JOO. But here it says there, the Lord is going to cut the remembrance, take the remembrance away. Okay? But the elect in the last days will wake up. That's why everybody thinks that they're, following Sarnetta. They think they're Egyptians, they're Hamites, anybody that's dark-skinned with a fro or even just dark-skinned is a brother. Hey, brother, right? Following all sorts of crazy doctrines, all right? And Esau's, effed your brain up so badly with these movies and shows. They show everybody as themselves. They show the Most High as themselves. They show the Lord as themselves. They show the prophets and the apostles and everybody in the scriptures as themselves. They show King David as themselves, using that, bundle of sticks, Richard Gere to play King David with a clean-shaven face, bald face, They've done an absolute mind fuck on you 2/3, man. All right. Verse 5, for they have, no, let's read 4 again. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. May be no more in remembrance. Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Okay? They're together. They're like-minded. They're all on the same page. They're confederate against thee. Verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom, so-called white man, Ishmaelites, Arabs, Moab, so-called Chinese, and the Hagarenes. All right? And the first 3, Edom, Ishmael, Moab, aren't they all them involved heavily around Jake? All right? Esau, Edom owns the stores. Ishmael and Moab run the stores. Edom pumps in all the drugs, and Ishmael, Moab are involved in other aspects of bringing down Jake. All right? I mean, there's a guy online on YouTube. He could be a Jake, that Khalid, a tough guy, whatever his name is. He's got a store in Chicago, gives away free junk crap, processed foods to Jake. And Jake thinks he's helping them. And he uses Jake's insecurities and the curses to make money and have a successful YouTube channel by baiting them. All right? But anyway, this is how these devils do. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Jabal and Ammon, Japanese, Amalek, JOO's, head tribe of Esau, the head Edomites, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assyria also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Okay, Selah, right? This is what they try to do. Okay, but Yahweh Shemashai said, you can't do nothing against the truth before the truth. This truth is going to spread. Okay, so the Lord is working, man. The Lord's Spirit cut through all that, possible calcification of certain people's minds that are Jake and woke them up, man. All right. Just want to get to Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. All right. Now, this is just another way for Esau to mark who's who. Okay. The same way, they've got codes for Jacob and they've got codes for Esau when it comes to bank loans and the areas they live and the certain codes, like or certain colors that they use. I believe it's like red, green, red, yellow, or blue or something like that. They mark certain neighborhoods, people that are agreeing with certain things, people that are disagreeing with the powers that be, something along those lines. A video I saw years ago. And we also know they have codes when they talk about so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The police speak amongst each other. They got their own lingo. All right. The same way they mark you, right? The same way Esau is also could mark you this way as well. All right. To find out who's who. Is this truth spreading hard? Are people buying the 12 tribe chart? Who's buying it? Where do they live? Which countries? All right. Where is most of the concentration where these 12 tribe charts are being sold? That's another way to focus upon Jake and also to focus upon Israelite foreigners because Esau's not spiritual. Okay. We know every Italian or Irishman or Scottishman is not an Israelite. We know every so-called East Indian, even though there's Jake amongst them, is not an Israelite. But they're going to look at the people that are buying it amongst those specific groups, as well as the visible Israelites. All right? That's just another way. And they're a cunning hunter. They like to lay traps. So this could be one aspect, but nevertheless, it's also showing the fact that these devils are going to come down hard anyway. All right, because listen, they can't catch certain crimes. They let these certain crimes go. They've got cameras up the yin yang everywhere. They know who's doing what. They're probably watching us right now. There's probably hidden cameras in our technology that we can't even see. Okay, we can only see the one that's there. You put a little blinder on it, that sliding blinder thing, so you cover the camera, right? We don't know what they've got all sorts of technology. They've got technology in the TVs. They could be watching us when we're praying. Listening into our conversations. So they know. Okay. So they're doing a proper full investigation in these things. Okay. That's another way these devils will try and hunt down Jacob. But this is good. This is a test as well for the elect to how bold they'll be to pray, to say that, yeah, we worship Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. This is going to be a test. All right. But this is a beautiful thing also because, okay, 2 Corinthians 13 and 8. All right. They try to block the truth. Okay. They try to hide it. They try to do all sorts of try to cover the truth with dirt. All right. But what did the Lord do? Pull that gold out of that dirt, that gold which is the truth. Okay. And they can't do nothing against it. You can demonize the truth as much as you want. You can say all the bad things. Yeah, right. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, Israelites. You native Indians are Israelites. You're a bunch of heathens. Yeah, that's what these crackers will say. These heathens will say. That's what they'll say. They say, yeah, right. Okay, but the people that are saying, yeah, right, and the people that deny it, they'll say, it will strike a rapport with some Jakes. It will strike, the light bulb will go, will go off above these people's heads, whether they're Jake or heathens, and they'll look into it. Let me look into this Judah, Benjamin, Levi thing, this blacks, Hispanics, this Israelite thing. Let me look into it, whether they be based in England, America, Italy, whether you speak English or not. The great millstone brothers are out there teaching, our apostles and elders on down. And double honors to them again, right? And then lo and behold, the same way that what's that guy's name? That JOO, that corny Edomite, that chubby one. What's that Edomite's name, man? I forgot his name. I forgot his name, man. Oh my days! They're all pally with him. Captain Crunch is pally with him. Um, I forgot his name, man. But anyway, yeah. So a lot of these channels or these wacky tacky Christians, right, that try to come against the truth and try and demonize it, right? A lot of people have come onto these channels and said thank you to the people that are demonizing the Israelites, because they said thank you, because of you we found out that we're Israelites. So you can try and demonize it, but as soon as you talk about it, people are going to think, why are they demonizing so much? Why are they thinking about, why are they pushing, why are they going so heavy on this? Why are they going heavy on witchcraft? Why are they demonizing that? Saying that's wrong. Why are they going heavy on being a mole? They're not talking about that, but they're talking about the Israelites. Why is that? A lot of blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, Israelite foreigners, even the heathen are going to look into it, and then they're going to find out, oh, damn, SHIT. These people are the people of the Lord. So you can't hide this truth, man. No matter what you do. 2 Corinthians 13 and 8 again. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. Okay? And this is in the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Ashai. Okay? This is happening in real time. Okay? But Matthew 24 and 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. All right? So this is happening. All right? The digital wallet is being pushed heavy. You got ELONMUSK pushing the BRAIN CHIP, and they're going to take it. And he also said they're going to make it in mass in 2026. Okay, so all these little pieces are coming together. Okay, rumors of wars, earthquakes, people crashing out. So we are approaching that time where the end of this world is coming. And when we say the end of this world, we're talking about the end of this rulership. Okay? 2nd Ezra 6 verse 9. For Esau, the so-called white man, is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Actually, let me just... 2nd Ezra 6 verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay? So our world is going to begin once this world is destroyed of Esau. We're talking about rulership, and the planet will be refreshed, and will, and beyond, and we'll be living on other planets too. All right. Oh yeah, the person I was trying to mention, the people that come against the truth, is VOCAB. Okay, no cab Malone. All right, that weirdo. Okay, people even thanked him, saying, "Yeah, thank you, man, because of you demonizing the Israelites. We found out that we're actually Israelites." So you can't do nothing against the truth before the truth, man. So the end is definitely, we're here. All right, look at that. Check this out, man. Amazon, big powerhouse. Look at that. Okay, it's got, look, who's who? Judah, American Negro. Look at that. On a mainstream major site like this. And making it quite affordable too, £8. You know? But anyway, I'm going to leave it there now. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yashai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash, Mawat, Ba'al Babal, Kwam Yashra, Shalom.